And so I tried to do that with him, and then he ended up just like shoving me super hard, like, and I fell with my back, like my back hit the floor. Me and him like locked eyes for like 10 seconds, and he literally just started like smiling at me. What's up, guys? Today I'm gonna talk about my first crush that I've ever had on a guy. And this was even before I found out I was gay in high school. So let's just go back to the beginning of freshman year when I first ended up like meeting and kind of like interacting with them. So basically, freshman year of high school, I ended up trying out and I made that freshman soccer team. And he was also on the team. And basically, like, sometimes on like some of the soccer practices after school, we would do like a drill where it's you basically run like 15 laps, like from one side of the soccer field to the other side of the soccer field and then back. That would be one lap, and we just had to do that 15 times. And so on the days that we would run 15 laps during practice, I would always just like kind of like follow right beside him and run beside him, like shoulder to shoulder. And it was in my mind at that time, I was just like, I feel kind of like emotionally comfortable with them, and I kind of like running beside someone and like pacing with someone. And then also like I was just like, we kind of have like the same like stamina level, so I was just like, yeah, I think it's good to just like follow beside him, even though all the other teammates, they were just running at their own pace, just purely focused on like just like getting the laps done at whatever pace they were doing. But for me, I was like, I just feel like emotionally comfortable around this guy, and like we have the same stamina, so I'm just gonna run beside him shoulder to shoulder. And so the first time I did it, and I was just like running beside him the whole time, he got like super tough and like defensive. He was like, yo, what are you doing? Like, why are you just following me like beside me shoulder to shoulder while we're just like running these laps? I was just like, nah, I was just like, we have like the same stamina level, and that's the reason why I'm doing it. Even though deep down in the back of my head, I was just like emotionally comfortable with them. So I wanted to just run beside him the whole time. So that was just that. And then COVID happened at the end of my freshman year. And so we didn't really see each other or whatever. But basically, once, like, this was like 2020 or 2021, but once we started going back into school and like wearing masks and stuff, I didn't end up playing soccer that sophomore year when we went back into school during COVID, but we did have like gym classes and stuff where we would just wear masks. And one time we were playing touch football basically, and so it was like me matched up with him, and so basically like he's like in front of me and then I'm like here, and like basically right before like or right after like they hiked the ball or something, like you have to try to like move and like get past him or whatever, and he was playing defense. And so basically in football, like you kind of like push each other at that first like 3 seconds after the quarterback like hikes the ball. So I was just like, I'm super competitive and stuff, and so not everyone does this, but like for the first 3 seconds you could like push them basically. And so I tried to do that with them, and then he ended up just like shoving me super hard, like, and I fell with my back, like my back hit the floor, and it was just like turf, like it was just turf and stuff, so it was soft, it's all good. And then basically everyone just like paused, like froze up, they just stopped playing. They were like, Joe, why did you just push him like to the ground like that? Like, we're just playing for fun, like it's gym class. And he was like, sorry. So he just like grabbed my hand and then like pulled me back up from the ground. And in my head, I was just kind of like, I was just like, I felt good. I don't know. I felt like he was like, even though he pushed me and he was super rough, like he like brought me back up and was like, he kind of like cared about me. Yeah, I was just like, I felt good in like the heart, and I didn't really think that much of it at the time, but now looking back, I'm like, yeah, like I kind of liked them in that moment. I don't know, because we were both like super competitive and aggressive, and then when he pushed me on the ground and like grabbed me back up, he was really caring and like nice about it. But yeah, that was another moment with them. And then basically after that, sometime during either the sophomore or junior year, I'm not really sure, after this, he ended up coming out as like bisexual, and he was one of like the first people in my whole grade to ever come out as like anything LGBTQ. And I was just like, honestly, that's cool. Like, I didn't think that much of it at the time, but I was just like, I kind of just respected him in the back of my head. So, and then eventually he's also friends with like popular kids and stuff. So eventually, like, I guess they found out he was just like always on like dating apps and stuff and just like hooking up with like random girls and guys. And like, so like the popular kids kind of found out, and one of them just started like telling everybody. And he was also chill with it too. Like he was open about it. So honestly, there was nothing wrong with it. Like his like popular kid friends would just like tell everybody. And when I found out, I was like, oh, that's kind of crazy. Like, I mean, I was like, we're just in high school and stuff, but he's doing all this. But I was like, respects, honestly. He's just like figuring out his sexuality and he's just like comfortable in it basically. So I was like, that's cool. But basically after this, the next time I saw him, this was during either sophomore or junior, like during COVID, where we still had to like wear masks and stuff. I was in like a lunch line. We were at the cafeteria, and then I was just like, me and him like locked eyes for like 10 seconds, and he literally just started like smiling at me. Back then, I was like, I didn't even know if I was gay or not, but I was just like staring at him, and I was like, I couldn't even help but like also like smile back. Like this wasn't like a close friend or like a classmate like that you're really close with that you joke around a lot. It was like me and him have like like barely even talk, but like it was just basically like a stranger like staring at each other. And like so we just like locked eyes for like 10 seconds. He started smiling, and then I just started smiling too. And I was kind of like, I didn't know at the time, but I felt like I was definitely, now looking back, I'm like, I was definitely probably like crushing on him at the moment. And so yeah, and this is like a completely different feeling. You know, there's that feeling when like you have like a close friend or something that you go to the same class with, and you guys always joke around a lot and like kind of like stare at each other in class and just like kind of laugh. Nah, this is different. This is like when you see a stranger in public that you're like attracted to, and you like lock eyes and like you're into them. That was what I was feeling then. And I was just like, wow, that's cool, honestly. But yeah, that, then I didn't even know I was gay. So honestly, like I just didn't think anything of it. But now looking back, this is definitely like the first crush that like I've ever had. And now I feel like I've definitely gained like a lot more like confidence, to the point where I could just like ask guys out if I find them like attractive, or like we end up like locking eyes in public or in class or whatever. So I think honestly, if I was as comfortable as myself now, looking back then, and I was like, I knew that I was gay, I would just jump out that opportunity. I would definitely just like probably go like ask him out, and then like we could hang out and stuff. But honestly, that thing kind of faded. And so honestly, in the moment right now, I'm still like trying to like try to get in contact with him and just like talk to him, because he was honestly pretty chill. And like I think he was like probably one of like the first people to like ever come out as like anything at my high school, during like in my specific class. And honestly, I thought it was pretty cool. So right now I'm still like trying to contact his like people that I think are his friends that were also like popular kids and stuff, and just seeing if I can still get in contact, just to see where he's at in life and like how he's doing now. So that's really it. And I'll probably touch up on like my coming out story and other things like in another video, but I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.